This is Game 2 of the KSK Invitational final match of Day 3, Group C, between the red Protoss player spawning in the bottom 7 o'clock position. It is Skeleblade. And his opponent in the top right-hand side of the map, spawning at the 1 o'clock position, the man that never says quit. It is the blue Terran, EpicD. Really great game one out of both of these players. Really awesome stuff we saw. Let's take a look at what these guys are doing. Pretty standard stuff. They're getting gas early. Both these guys opt for gas early. They don't go minerals. They're not worrying about too quick of an econ. Even though these maps do lend themselves, they have the ability to get a really massive economy game going because of the large rush distance. Again, this is one of those maps that may not seem very far. It is a two-person map, but it's a medium-sized map, so you're able to expand fairly quickly. This map is actually very similar to the first map. A little different though, in a bunch of different ways. Mainly right here where your third is, it's one of the most difficult places to defend. You have this large ramp area here. It's very difficult, especially when you're playing against Zerg, but PvT, for the Terran player, it's fairly... You can be fairly efficient with it. You can put down supply depots, as well as barracks or engineering bays, sprinkled in with a few different turrets as detection and anti-air. It's fairly easy to wall off, but for the Protoss player, it's challenging. Unless you're willing to drop a whole bunch of your production, which is fairly squishy for a tank army or something like that, you don't really have many options. You just kind of have to stay back home. Now, in the metagame, this game does lend itself to being a bit more of a bio versus Protoss type of a gameplay. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Protoss player comes out with what are those stupid big ball calls? Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Protoss player comes out with disruptors here to try to eat through the opponent's army. Now, there is a pretty big opening here. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if the Terran player tries to do something sneaky like Liberators. There is quite a large area in the back here that you can attack in through. And with the Liberator range, if he does opt to get the Fusion Core early enough, he does get that extra range output. Both players are doing a fairly standard build right now. Looks like with the engineering bay coming out from EpicD, he's going to stick with that bio sort of force. And again, we're seeing a secret Stargate over at the other side of the map for Skeleblade. It looks like he's going to try to produce another Oracle again, try to be a little sneaky about it. The forward pylon is in a little bit of a better place. In the last game, it did get taken out by a small army fairly early on by EpicD, so this is still fairly forward. This map does lend itself. We saw this in Day 1 between Illis and Probe Time, a huge storm happening on this ramp here. But this wall here does create a bit of a bottleneck for armies that are wanting to come in and through. The Oracle, he has started production on an Oracle, so we are going to see a bit of harassment on the line. But back to the map, big open areas and big tight areas right beside each other. So as a Terran player, it's easy to attack, it's easy to get in and get out. And as a Protoss player, the exact same thing. It's difficult to chase down because of all the right-angled turns and the long ramps. It's easy for air harass to actually get in and get out. For armies to actually chase them down, it's extremely difficult. So it looks like EpicD is actually learning from his first map. He saw that the Oracle came in, it got a whole bunch of kills, but he's opting to drop down 3 There was 3. He's opting to drop down 3 missile turrets, and these missile turrets are going to do an excellent job of defending against these oracles. 2 at his natural. Huge investment, but he is so afraid of the oracle play, and he knows that it's a real threat. Looks like Skeleblade is deciding he's going to want to move out across the map. He's got a pretty decent army supply right now. These adepts can do so many versatile things. Get on top of armies, get behind armies. If EpicD does opt to get some sort of tank play, shading. That Oracle was a bit of a waste. He threw away a lot of gas there really early on. At least his placement with the Stargate was a little bit better. So, you know, there's that. Yeah, but these Adepts, they can shade, they can move on top of Terran tanks and cause that tank AI to target it down. Now, without a scan here, he's not going to see this Widow Mine. It's going to pop off, squish up a lot of this army. This tank is going to eat through the rest of this army. Putting a Widow Mine at the bottom of the ramp there is really, really great option. I don't see too many pros do that, but against Protoss in the Terran game, that's not a bad option. It does squish up quite a bit of the shields out of the Protoss player. He retreats back, and his shields slowly regen, but that Widow Mine is pretty much off cooldown right now. Really great idea. I really enjoy seeing this out of the Terran player. Another Oracle's moving to the front of the base. Looks like he's just going to try to pick off anything that he can. Pretty even, though, across the board. Slight army advantage for EpicD, but fairly similar worker supply. Let's take a look at the income. Advantage for EpicD, but that's kind of normal on a map like this. You're going to have mules. You're going to be able to drop mules. He hasn't dropped a mule for a little bit. This Oracle here could actually create a lot of damage, but I think, though, if he sees another turret, he's going to be a little worried. Skeleblade is moving his army back. He's afraid of an attack coming in here right now. If he does find that sweet spot... Oh, no. I don't think that Oracle even got a single kill off. You know, not the best solution. He kept on moving back and forth right in here between the two sweet spots, between each one of these missile turrets. If he just found a spot right here, he would have been able to kill off at least the gas and push his opponent back even just a little bit. But no matter to him, he's just going to continue producing. He's finally producing Phoenix. He saw the tank that his opponent had, and this is the right option for the Protoss player. You want to have at least a few Phoenix on the map, not too much, but one or two. If you have a Marauder Marine army with tank support, you're going to lose if you go up against that as a Protoss player. But if you're able to lift off one or two of those tanks, it's a much better engagement. Those tanks are going to squish up those shields and allow the Bio army to cut through the rest of the health of your army. But having these Phoenix both are twofold, right? They have the ability to lift up the tanks, and with the Bio army, you're generally considered to see medevacs part of that composition. And those Phoenix do eat through medevacs fairly easily, right? They only shoot air, they're anti-air. So it looks like there's going to be a small little attack coming in here from EpicD. And we'll see if Skeleblade's ready for it. He does have the Phoenix out on the map, but he doesn't have any anti-air. Oh, he does have a small cannon, or one cannon, sorry, not a small cannon. One cannon at his natural. We'll see how well this works out for him. He does drop in. This Bio army, though, isn't very big. He needs to lift up this tank right now before his army gets down to the bottom of the ramp. He's not lifting up. He's just attacking in, trying to get rid of those medevacs. That was his idea. That was his plan. The Zealots clean up the rest, and this attack looks like it's going to be somewhat effective. He does take a humongous worker advantage. He didn't try to move a single probe off the line there. Oh my god, how many kills did he get? 12 worker kills. That is impressive. One of them may have been up here, so 11 worker kills. That is really good job. Really good work by EpicD, recognizing that is trying to get his opponent off tilt, or sorry, on tilt, and oh, the Phoenix are moving across. No. Phoenix versus Vikings. You want Vikings, so that wasn't the best idea. Two full medevacs fly right by these Phoenix. They don't even see him. Oh, just a little bit of a difference. They did not notice each other. Two of those Phoenix would have been able to take out the medevacs if they didn't boost forward. Now that probably saw the 2 medevacs going by. Oh. He's got a feeling. He's moving forward. Only 1 tank here on the low ground. The rest of his army is actually on the high ground right now. Lifts up the tank, gets it off the ground, and you can see these 2 immortals that he's created just rip through this bio army. Now this ramp is probably not going to be the best idea to go up. Both with the tank and the Widowmine are going to eat through this, but oh, he takes out a half full medevac. Let's see if he takes out another one. No, he doesn't. Opts to just go to the mineral line. This tank and this Widowmine are out of position quite a bit. It's going to try to eat through this CC and take this game. Takes out the tank. Oh, and he is in range of the Widowmine. The Widowmine pops, kills the Mothership Core. This Protoss army is dead, and we are sitting at a 36 army supply to 8 right now. Huge advantage for EpicD. He held on. It was the right sort of engagement for the Protoss player, but he targeted his assignments down wrong. He should have lifted the tank, taken out the bio, and then concentrated down on the missile turret, but he didn't do that. And again, EpicD, realizing that it was a really good solution, he puts down his bunker and his missile turret. He's going to be able to take back or take out what his opponent threw at him the first time. And it looks like Skeleblade isn't switching up his tech. He's just going to build up his army again, try to build the exact same thing. He's probably not feeling all too good. He's just defending his ramp right now, trying to get his economy up. A huge, nearly 20 worker supply advantage for EpicD right now. Skeleblade is probably not feeling all too good with this. You know, he took game 1, but this game is looking pretty good for EpicD right now. He's got his economy. He's getting some upgrades on everything. Oh, that noise. It triggers me. Looks like a bit of a doom drop's going to come out here across the map. He's going to move all the way across. Let's take a look at his main base here. He does have a single cannon, and he's opting for a Twilight Council. Now, a Twilight Council, that's the right addition to make when you're seeing a high bio army like that. If you do end up getting Templars, then that's going to chew through the bio. And if they're, suicidal, they won't back up. The idea with the storms is to do light damage and to move the army back and expose those tanks that are at the rear. Allow those immortals to move up. Let's see what this Doom Drop does. Skeleblade is kind of ready for it. Saw the attack coming in. He's picking up. And he's getting out of there. Let's see if he boosts out. No, he's landing again. That may have been a misclick to try to get back up into the tanks, and dropping out is allowing these immortals to pick off each one of this bio army one by one. This was not the right drop for him. And he still cleans up. Despite that, the high energy, high DPS bio army, these Marines just chewing through the rest. Now we're looking at an 87 army supply to 4. This game is over. EpicD has moved in. He's attacking the rest of the supply. That 4 army supply is right there. Moving across. It doesn't matter. EpicD takes game 2.